Hello, hello, Matt Franceschini here, and today I'm going to be sharing with you an exercise I like to do whenever I'm trying to sort out and get a new kind of voicing under my fingers. It's a nice methodical way that works around the circle of fifths. It makes sure you play all of the chords in whatever key you're trying to do it in, and it really is just a good exercise for reaffirming your theory knowledge and getting your fingers moving. So we're going to be looking at it with root position and fifth and bass drop 3 chords. However, you can do this with drop 2 chords, drop 2 and 4 chords. However you like to do it, the only thing you need to be sure of is that they're 4-note chords, otherwise known as 7th chords. And the 2 sets that you want to do are either root position going to fifth and bass or fifth and bass going to root position. Or you could also do third and bass going to 7 and bass, or 7 and bass going to third and bass. And the reason for that is it helps us keep our voice leading. And so the way that this exercise works is we pick a key. I'm going to start with root position chords in C major. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around the scale, or the chords that are diatonic to it in fifths. So C is going to go to F, is going to go to B, is going to go to E, is going to go to A, is going to go to D, is going to go to G, is going to go to C finally. And what we're going to do with our chords as we go through this is we're going to go root position, fifth and bass, to root position to fifth and bass. And that's going to ensure that we voice lead as smoothly as possible. I also have diagrams here in the description that'll take you to my website. You can download them. On those diagrams, I always show where the root is by putting a hollow note. So the diagrams only show the chords in one key, where you will have to move them around to be able to do this exercise with me, but all you need to do is find where that hollow note is and get it to the corresponding note. I also have all the chords and inversions we're going to play written out as well. But anyways, without further ado, here is the exercise. So I'm going to start with my drop 3 in root position here, and I'm going to play C major 7, so I'm way up here at my 8th fret. My next chord is going to be F major 7, the 4 chord, with my fifth in the bass. So that's going to look like this. Then I'm going to play B minor 7 flat 5, root position. Then I'm going to play E minor 7 with my fifth in the bass. Then I'm going to play A minor 7 in root position, my 5th fret. I'm going to play D minor 7 with my fifth in the bass, or D minor 7 over A. Then finally I play G7, and now I end up back at my root, which is C major 7, but now the fifth is in the bass. So I've worked all the way down. I'm going to do that one more time, but maybe a little bit quicker, and I won't say what I'm doing this time as I do it, just so you can get the sound of this exercise in your ears. So we're going to go. So it's a really, really nice sounding exercise, very musical. It gets us playing through all 7 of the chords that are diatonic to whatever key we're in. And it lets us get all the way down the neck too. So it gives us some real practical time practicing these, which I find is super, super useful. Now, still in the key of C, I'm going to show you another way to practice this and how I recommend it. You can essentially practice this 2 ways in every key. So that one was root position going to fifth and bass. Now we're going to practice it fifth and bass going to root position. And this one does have a little bit of a tricky transition in it, but I'll try to keep it slow and explain what I'm doing along the way. So we're going to start where we finished there with our C major 7 fifth and bass. Then this is going to go to our 4 chord F major 7, but we're going to do it root position this time. And now here's the catch. I've run out of frets. I cannot play B minor 7 flat 5 over F, or B minor 7 flat 5 with the fifth in the bass. So here I'm going to jump up the neck to my middle finger is now on the 13th fret, pointer finger's on the 12th. So this shape would happen here, but we don't want to be using open strings. So it's as if we're still just going down. We just have to jump up an octave to be able to keep it going. Now after that, I get to E minor 7, root position. Then I get to A minor 7, fifth and bass. D minor 7, root position. Then I get my G7, fifth and bass. and then it goes down to C major 7, root position. So there, when I'm working with my 5th and bass and my root position chords, I can bounce between the two of them. Now, just to further drill this idea home, I've also written them out in the key of F. So we're going to do exactly the same thing now, but in a different key using those same voicings. So let's say we take F, root position, we start out here. My 4 chord in the key of F is going to be B flat major, and I cannot play B flat major over F here. Physically impossible. So I know that I need to jump up an octave displace myself. So I go way up here. So my ring finger is on the 13th fret. My pointer finger is on B flat because my root's on the B string. There's my 4 chord. Now, this is going to fall to E minor 7 flat 5 in root position. Then it's going to become A minor 7, 5th and bass. D minor 7 root position, G minor 7 5th and bass, or G minor over D, G minor 7 over D, C7 root position, and then finally F major 7 with my 5th and the bass. Now if I were to do the same thing where now I flip them, I start from my 1 chord with the 5th and the bass, I'm going to go here, there's my F major 7, B flat major 7 happens in root position, then I get E minor 7 flat 5 with 5th and the bass. Then I get A minor 7, root position. Then it's going to come to D minor 7, 5th and the bass. G minor 7, root position. C dominant 7, 5th in the bass, C7 over G. That's going to go to F major 7. So there is a really awesome way that works you through all the chords diatonic in a key, and it sounds really musical while you do it, which is one of the best ways to kind of go for it, because I find that this really helps to crystallize both what chords are in a key, as well as we start moving them in this circle of fifths motion that's really common in particularly jazz music, but all music we like to move around in this kind of 5-1, 5-1, 5-1 kind of fashion. So I hope you found that useful. Again, diagrams and links down below can be found right in the description. If you liked this video, I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. And if you wanted to take a guitar lesson with me, there's a link for that down in the description as well. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have some fun practicing some guitar. Thanks.